In this chapter, I'll define placemaking and discuss how it helps us plan for health. I'll also share resources where you can learn more about placemaking and even talk about a cool case study of existing placemaking programs in Baltimore, Maryland. What is placemaking? Well, placemaking is a people-centered approach to the planning, design, and management of public spaces. It involves looking at a particular space to discover the needs and aspirations, and then this information is used to create a common vision for that place. I'll explain and provide examples of ways that CBOs can apply these very actions in their work with the community and ultimately bring the community's vision to life. So in this course, I will be utilizing Placemaking Chicago's theories and strategies for the placemaking process, which includes planning, envisioning, and implementation. I've chosen to focus on the placemaking process designed by Placemaking Chicago because I've applied this exact process to my work. And when applying this process in my everyday work in Brooklyn, it was very effective in engaging community and also developing a great solution to some of the problems that they have expressed to me. Cities have been changing drastically. As we begin to realize the importance of planning for health, therefore, placemaking is a great tool that can support these goals. Health and place has always been interconnected because studies have shown and studies have proven that one's quality of life is determined by the quality of one's environment. The environment includes the quality of parks, schools, homes, neighborhoods, even access to resources such as grocery stores, transit and mobility, and more. There is proof also that children who grow up in wealthier neighborhoods will have greater access to opportunities for success compared to a child that lives in a low-income neighborhood. This is because when a child is offered more opportunities throughout their life, they believe that there are greater opportunities available to them. This is because a child in a wealthier neighborhood might live closer to more quality green spaces, which increases physical activity and mental health benefits through access to nature. Also, improved sewer systems that help to prevent infectious diseases. Poor sewer infrastructure can affect water quality. There have been situations in some Black communities where they have not been notified in a timely manner about the hazards in their drinking water, such as lead, until it is way too late. Historical zoning policies have blatantly prioritized the safety and protection of wealthier white neighborhoods from harmful industry that creates air pollution and water pollution. This has a great long-term effect on the quality of environment. Historical zoning policies have blatantly prioritized the safety and protection of wealthier white neighborhoods compared to poor Black neighborhoods. When zoning policies protect neighborhoods against harmful industry, that means that there is a separation between harmful pollutants in the air and water that affect the quality of life for that neighborhood. Community-based organizations serve at the intersection of health and place when they address challenges brought on by poverty, homelessness, or even food insecurity, because the built environment is often impacted or the cause for these challenges. When CBOs participate in food distribution, they're working at this intersection of health and place because healthy food creates healthy minds and bodies. When CBOs participate in food distribution or drug addiction services, they're donating turkeys for Thanksgiving, toys for Christmas drives, then these are all methods that impact health promotion for communities because they know that there is someone there to support them and to meet their needs. There's also someone there to increase their access to the necessary resources that bring quality of life. CBOs are well positioned to lead placemaking with communities just for these reasons. They are aware of the issues, they have the community ties and relationships needed for community trust, and they have the power as a 501c3 to leverage opportunities such as programs and funding and connections with agency that can support with the execution of a placemaking project, whether big or small. One case study is of a placemaking program that was started by Baltimore's Department of Transit and the mayor. So recently in Baltimore, the Department of Transit and the mayor launched a placemaking program that allows CBOs to bring creative interventions to public right-of-ways, such as roads, sidewalks, and alleys, with the goal of beautifying Baltimore's neighborhoods, calming the traffic, and increasing public space for pedestrians. This is a huge goal for many cities because pedestrian fatalities and motor vehicle-related accidents involving pedestrians is becoming a huge issue. And so in Baltimore, they're using placemaking to reach their goals in increasing pedestrian safety. Baltimore is doing a lot more in the placemaking space in addition to this beautification program. Baltimore also has the Art Blocks nonprofit, and the mission of this nonprofit is to provide communities with creative placemaking by using a grassroots bottom-up design tool that's used to identify goals and project ideas for their neighborhood spaces. Here are additional examples of some of the placemaking interventions that are being designed in public right-of-ways. With these interventions, it might encourage cars to slow down. It might make pedestrians feel safer to walk out into the street and actually use the street. And it might actually serve as a flag for where to stop to make sure that they're out of the blind spot of cars. Community-based organizations have the resources and the knowledge needed to execute a successful placemaking project that addresses communities' problems. They also have the tools and the resources to bring community together to understand what the problems are, especially if the community is struggling with a variety of challenges, which is very, very common. CBOs can get the right stakeholders together, whether it be residents or other CBOs or nonprofits, because they know where to find these folks and they know the stakeholder landscape. By working together, CBOs can engage key populations, which involve at-risk groups, vulnerable groups that have been historically excluded from decision-making processes when that involves neighborhood change and revitalization. Knowing your key population is important for engagement. This is why we need to include CBOs in placemaking, because they have a great idea of who the key population is. They may also have a niche for getting people talking in the room and connecting problems with possible solutions. The top priority for successful engagement should be to have the right individuals in the room, sharing all their ideas, perspectives, concerns, and information in order to come up with a dynamic and impactful vision for the placemaking project. Here are some helpful resources for existing placemaking projects that can help spark your ideas. Read up on these projects through blog posts, about trainings, or programs. This includes the Temporary Public Art and Placemaking Program launched in 2017, Baltimore, which I discussed in the case study. Project for Public Spaces is a great resource for getting ideas about placemaking projects, different programs, and how they've benefited communities around the world. The Creative Placemaking National Endowment for the Arts is also a great resource for reading up on existing placemaking programs and activities that have been implemented. In Chapter 4, I'll introduce the 3-step placemaking process.